This episode deals with the concept of Vishamajwara. As we have seen in the part 1 video of Jwara Nidana, where we have already discussed the general concepts pertaining to the Vyadhi Jwara, where we discussed the Nidana, the Samprapti, the dosha-wise lakshanas of Jwara, Sadhya Sadhyata, and other classifications. One of the other important classification explained in the Samhitas are the 5 types of Vishamajwara. Apart from Vishamajwara, I am also discussing some other specific fevers explained in the classical textbooks. First, let us see Vishamajwara. So, the term itself implies that there is some Vaishamya in the Jwara. So, this Vaishamya is with regards to the fluctuating temperature patterns in the fever. So, if you go through modern textbooks as well, you can find out that there are specific patterns found in certain infective fevers as well as in malignant conditions like Hodgkin's lymphoma, etc. So, whenever there is this fluctuation of the fever or the temperature, then we may have to consider those presentations under the purview of Vishamajwara. So, let us see how Ayurveda classifies these fever patterns and what are the sampratis explained in our textbooks. So, this reference is from Ashtanga Hridaya, Jwara Panjavida Prokto, Malakala Balabalat, Prayashaha Sannipadena, Bhuyasa tu Ubadishyade, Santadaha Sadado, Anyedyu Tridiyaga Chadurtagav. So, there are basically 5 types of Vishamajwara. There are some extra classifications as well, but basically, when we speak about Vishamajwara, there are 5 in number. Prayashaha Sannipadena. Basically, all these Vishamajwaras are Sannipada in nature. And why this Vaishamya occurs? That is why Acharya says Mala, Kala, Bala, Abalat. Depending upon the favorable mechanisms or favorable support from the dosha or the Kala, etc., these fluctuations can happen. We can discuss that in detail in the coming slides. And which are those 5? They are Santada, Sadadaga, Anyadyushka, Tridiyaga, and Chadurtaga. So, what are the Nidanas of Vishamajwara? So, this Vishamajwara is not something that is very different from all other Jwaras. Any Jwara can become Vishamajwara if not managed properly, or some of the fevers can de facto or de novo or by origin itself can manifest as Vishamajwara. So, we should not consider that Vishamajwara is a separate entity, or only malaria is Vishamajwara, or only typhoid is Vishamajwara. It is not like that. Any fever which is presenting with Vaishamya in its manifestations, especially with regards to the temperature fluctuations, we have to consider them under the concept of Vishamajwara. Krishanam Vyadhi Muktanam Mityaharadi Sevinam Alpobi Dosho Dushyadir Lebdva Anyatamado Balam Savipaksho Jwaram Kuryat Vishamam Kshaya Vruddhibhak. So, in Krisha or Vyadhi Mukta, here especially Jwara Muktanam, Mityaharadi Sevinam. So, immediately after the fever is subsided, the patient goes back to improper diet and lifestyle. Alpobi Dosho. So, there will be some Shesha Dosha which has to be corrected by the body through Patya Bhatya and all other medicines or any other modalities. But if there is Alpa Dosha, then this dosha can go and take seat in the deeper dhadus, and whenever they get a favorable atmosphere to produce the pathology, they can produce fever. Savipaksho. So, Vipaksha means opposing factors. Those factors which are opposing the manifestation of fever or jwara in a body. Savipaksho. Even though some factors are opposing, if the dosha find favorable inputs from other aspects, especially kala or ahara or other factors, then it can manifest as jwara. Madhavadana again says dosho alpo ahida sambhudo jorotsrishtasya va punaha dhatumanytamam prapya karodi vishamajara. So basically all authors they say that when the dosha gets into the lina or they take seat in the dhatus, then it can lead to vishamajara. Susruta also has added one important point, that is Kejit Bhudabhishangotam Bruvade Vishamajura. So in the present era we can see that some of the infective fevers they directly manifest as fever with a typical patterns or irregular patterns. So he attributed such phenomena to Bhuda Abhishanka or contact with Bhuda. So here now we can take Bhuda as microorganisms. So these are the Nidanas of Vishamajara. What are the characteristic features of Vishamajara? Why we say that they are Vishamajara? So here Vagbhata says, Dosha pravartade tesham swe kale jwaren bali nivartade punaschesha pratyaniga bala bala क्षीणे दोषे ज्वरः सूक्ष्मो रसादिष्वेव लीयते लीनत्वात् कार्श्य वैवर्ण्य जाड्यादीनाददादि च आसन्न विवृदास्यत्वात् स्रोतसां रसवाहिनाम् आशु सर्वस्य वपुषो व्याप्तिर्दोषेण जायते सन्ततः सततस्तेन व्यपरीतो विपर्ययात् विषमो विषमारम्भ क्रियाकालो अनुषङ्गवान्. So dosha pravartade tesham swe kale jwaren bali. So this dosha, when there is alpa dosha in the body, and if the patient undergoes abnormal ahara viharas, or de facto or by the start itself the doshas are prabhuda and they take seat in the dhatus, what happens? Either they go into a lina avastha, or whenever the favorable conditions occurs, so swe kale Jwarayan Bali, Bali dosha, Jwarayan, so that it produces fever. Nivartade Punaschesha, Pratyaniga Bala Balaha. So there are some factors which are opposing the manifestation of fever. Like for example, a Pitta Pradhana Sannibhada Jwara will be more in the afternoon, and when it will be evening, so the Kala itself is against Pitta. So if there are some other factors also opposing the manifestation of fever, then the fever will subside. So depending upon the various permutations and combination of favorable factors as well as opposing factors, there can be Vaishamya in the manifestation of Jwara. So that is why Nivartade Punascheshaha Pratyaniga Bala Balaha. Bala and Abala of the Pratyaniga. Pratyaniga is opposing factors. That can be the Bala of the patient, the Agni of the patient, or the Prakriti of the patient, the Ahara Vihara of the patient, or Aushadha, or even Kala. These can act as the Pratyaniga Bala as well. Then what happens? Kshine doshe jwaraha sukshmo rasadishveva liyade. Since these doshas are not completely eliminated, these vitiated doshas are not completely eliminated from the body, they will take seat in the deeper dhatus. And what happens then? Leenatvat karshya. So there is a term known as leena jwara. So whenever there is this leena dosha avastha, it can produce features like karshya, so that there is weight loss, vaivarnya, abnormal skin colors, vaivarnya, jadyadin, so jadya, etc. features, so that laziness and disinclination to activities, etc. can happen. And he specifically says about the Santada Jwara here, Asanna Vivrudasyatvat Srodasam Rasavahina Ashu Sarvasya Babusho Vyaptir Doshena Jayade. Since the Rasavaha Srodas is very close to the Koshta, the vitiated dosha along with Ama can enter into the Rasavaha Srodas very easily, so that it can spread to the whole body instantaneously, causing Santada Jwara. And all the other Jwaras, they are seated in the Rakta, etc. other dhatus, so that there will be break in the temperature. So this we will discuss in detail later on. But here, this last line is very important. Vishamo Vishamarambha Kriya Kalo Anushangavan. So if someone asks you to define Vishamajwara, then this single line will define the basic characteristic feature of Vishamajwara. Vishamo Vishamarambha. So there is Vaishamya in Arambha. Then Kriya Kalo, so that there is Vishama Kriya Kala, so that it will create a confusion in the physician's mind as well, so regarding the Kriya Kalas. And Anushangavan, so that it is long standing. So Vishamo Vishamarambha Kriyakalo Anushangavan. So this is a long-standing fever. Again, Ashtanga Sangraha gives a better idea so that why this break occurs in the temperature patterns. So he says, Sukshma Sukshmataraseshu Dura Duratareshu cha Dosho Rektadi Margeshu Shenairalpaschirena Yadi Deham cha na Shesham Bhuishtam Bheshaje Apija Kramo Ayam Tena Vichinna Sandabo Lekshade Juraha. Again he says Vishamo Vishamaramba Kriya Kalo Anushangavan. So since this Leena dosha has to travel through the Sukshma Srodas into the Dura places, so that Raktadi Margeshu, Shenehi, slowly, Alpaha in low quantities, Chirena with prolonged time. So it will take some time. So let us discuss with that help of this diagram, which we have already seen in the first presentation of Jora or the first video of Jora. So we have already discussed that there is Ama formation, and this Ama causes Rodha so that the Agni is shifted and Agni goes into the Rasavasrodas to lead to Jara. But since this process, when it moves away from the Koshta, so that this dosha takes seat in a specific dhadus. So if the seat is Rasadhadu itself, then there is continuous temperature, because this Ama dosha can directly enter into the Rasa continuously. So the fever is continuous. So that is why it is Santatam. Santatam itself means continuous or relentless. So there is a continuous without any break. But if the dosha has taken ashraya in the Rakta Dhatu, what happens? There is a time lapse between the formation of this and or the availability of the favorable factor to that to reach into the Rakta Dhatu. So there is a break in the temperature. That is why Sadadaga. In Sadadaga, there is a break in the temperature. Ahoratre Sadadagau Dau Kala Vanuvartade. So in 24 hours, there will be 2 spikes of fever in case of Sadadaga Jwara. And subsequently the same process with the other dhadus. For example, if it is in Mamsa or Medas, it is called as Anyadyushka. So that daily only 1 spike of fever will be there. And Tridyaga, there are 2 days gap and followed by 1 spike. And in Chadurtaga, there is 1 day gap in Tridyaga and 2 days gap in Chadurtaga. So that today there is fever, tomorrow there is no fever, day after tomorrow there is fever. If this is the pattern, then it is Tridyaga. And today there is fever, then there is a 2 day gap, and on the 4th day, again the patient has a 1 spike of fever, then it is Chadurtaga Jwara. So this break in temperature happens due to this process. So this is the way Ayurveda has interpreted the pathogenesis of different fever patterns or periodicities. I hope that is clear. The dosha along with Ama, if it is seated in the Rasa Dhatu, continuously this Ama can enter into the Rasa continuously, so that there is Santataka Jwara. And in case of Santata, apart from Rasa, since Rasa is involved, all the other Dhadus will be involved. Why? Because we know that Rasa is in connect with all the other Dhadus and it is continuously supplying all the Dhadus. So this Ama can enter into every. So all Dhadus and Malas and 3 doshas are affected. That is why Santata Jwara is also known as Dwadasha Ashraya, because of involvement of all 12 factors, 7 Dhadus, 3 doshas and 2 Malas, except Sweda. But if the process is in the Rakta Dhatu, then there will be a break, because it takes some time for this disease process to go into the Rakta. So there is time gap. For this Ama to go into the Rakta, it will take time. So that is why Ashtanga Sangraha says Sukshma Sukshmataraseshu Dura Duradareshu cha Dosho Raktadi Margeshu Shenairalpaschirena Yadi Deham cha Nashesham Bhuishtam Beshaje Abija Kramo Ayam Tena Vichinna Sandabo. There is break in the fever. So if there is a break and recurrent episodes of fever, then we have to consider Vishama Jwara. In case of Susruta, he says another opinion. So that he says that this Vishama Jwara, different Vishama Jwara happens due to the location of dosha based on the Kafasthana. So he says Kafasthana Vibhagena, he says. So if the doshas are seated in the Amashya, then there is Sadadaga Jwara. In Uras, there is Anyadyushka. In Kandha, it is Tridyaga. in Shiras it is Chadurtaka, in Sandhi it is Pralebhaka, and in Sarva Kafasthana, if the doshas are distributed, then there is Santata Jvara. So this is Susruda's opinion. First, let us take Santata Jvara. So as I told earlier, there are 5 important Vishama Jvaras: Santata, Sadada, Anyadyushka, Tridiyaka, and Chadurtaka. So first, let us take Santata Jvara. Dhatu Mutra Shagrat Vahi Srodasam Vyapino Malaha Tapayandastanum Sarvam Tulya Dushyadi Vardhida Balino Guravah Stabda Visheshena Rasashritaha Santadam Nishpradidadvaha Jvaram Kuryu Sudussaham Malam Jvaroshma Dhadunva Sashigram Kshabet Tataha Sarvagaram Rasadina Shuddhya Ashuddhyabivakrama Vadapitta Kafei Sapta Desha Dwadasha Vasaran Prayo Anuyadi Maryadam Mokshayaja Vadhayaja Iti Agniveshasya Madam Haridasya Punasmrutihi Dviguna Saptami Yavad Navam Megadashi Tadha Esha Tridosha Maryada Mokshayaja Vadhayaja Shuddhi Ashuddhyau Jvarak Kalam Dirgamapya Anuvartade. So, when the doshas are distributed and taken seat in all the dhadus, so that is why dhatu, mutra, shagrit, vahi, srodasam, vyapino, mala. So all the 3 doshas, when they are distributed all over the body, especially involving all the dhadus and the 2 malas, tapayanda tanum sarvam, tulya dushyadi vardita. So these dosha are having favorable inputs or support from dushya. So that is a tulya dushyadi. Dushyadi means dushya, kala, prakriti, ahara. All factors are favorable for these doshas. Then what happens? It causes continuous fever. So that without any break there will be continuous fever. We have to remember that this is a Sannibhada condition and there are favorable inputs, so that there is no factors that is opposing the manifestation. That is why it is called as Nishpradidunda. There is no factors. Nishpratyaniga. Charaga uses the term Nishpratyaniga Kurude. So that there is no factors that is opposing. Every factor is favorable for the doshas. If some or other factors are not favorable and they are opposing, then what happens? There will be a break in the fever. So the fever will be either Sadadaga, Anyadyushka, Tridiyaka or Chadurtaka. But if all the factors are favorable, then the patient will have continuous fever. So that is why Sandadam Nishpradidundvaha Jvaram Kuryu Sudussaham. This is Sudussaham. It is very difficult for the patient to tolerate such a fever, because you can assume that when the temperature is consistently high, then it is very difficult for the patient. And what happens? Malam Jvaroshma Dhadunva. So this Jvaroshma causes Kshapana or Shoshana of Mala, Dhadu, so that the patient's bala will deplete very fast. And what happens? What is the course of this illness? So he says Rasadina Shuddhya Ashuddhya. So when the Rasadi Dhadus gets cleared of these doshas, so that the dosha paga occurs and this ama and dosha is cleared from the dhadus, then the patient will get rid of the fever. And there is some kala maryada or time period, as we have discussed already in the part 1 video regarding Sannibhada Jvara. Here also there is a kala maryada told, so that 7, 10 or 12 days, vada, pitta and kapha respectively. So if the dhadus gets shuddhi of these doshas, that is why shuddhya ashuddhya. If there is ashuddhi, then there will be continuous fever and it may kill the patient as well. But if the body is able to get rid of these doshas, or dhadus are clarified or cleared of these doshas, then the fever will subside in these time periods, that is 7, 10 or 12 days. So Vada Pitta Kafai Sapta Desha Dwadasha Vasaran Prayo Anuyadi Maryadam Mokshaya Vadhaya. So this term is important. Mokshaya Vadhaya. So either there will be Jvara Moksha or the patient gets killed. So we can see in most of the fevers this type of periodicities, especially viral illnesses like dengue, COVID-19. There are so many fevers where such periodicity, we can see that continuously there is fever for some days and the patient succumbs to the illness, or the patient gets rid of the fever. And then there are different opinions explained. So this is the Harida Mada, this is the Agnivesha Mada, and he says that Harida has given another Kala Maryada, Dviguna, Saptami, Yavat, Navami, Egadasi. This we have discussed in the context of Sannibha Jwara as well. And the last line is again important. Shuddhi Ashuddhe Jwara Kalam Dirgamapi Anuvartade. So this repeated Shuddhi and Ashuddhi of the Dhadus can cause a prolonged course of illness. That is why Anushanginam it is told. So Anushangavan it is told. So that this Vishama Jwara may be a chronic manifestation as well. So this is Sandada Jwara. We have to remember that in Sandada Jwara there is continuous fever. You can also go through the reference regarding Sandada Jwara in Charaka. He has also elaborated all this in a beautiful way. So he says Sarva Dehanuga, so that the doshas are all over the body. And Nishpratyaniga, there is no factors that is opposing the manifestation of fever. Every factor, including Kala, Vaya, Prakriti, Koshta, everything is favorable to the manifestation, so that there is continuous fever. So that is why Dvadashede Samuddishta Sandadasya Ashraya. So that is why it is also called as Dvadasha Ashrayi. So it is a continuous fever, basically Rasashrida, and 12 Ashrayas, 3 dosha, 7 dhadu, Mutra and Purisha. Sweda is not told because there is Sweda Avarodha in Jwara. That is why Sweda is not explained here as one of the Ashraya. Next is Sadada Jwara, Sadataka or Sadada Jwara. Dosho Rektashraya Prayaha Karodi Sadatam Jwaram Ahoratrasya Sa Dvisyat. So that there are two spikes in 24 hours. And basically the doshas are seated in the Rekta instead of Rasa. So we have to think it in a retrospective manner, so that you think clinically. So when a patient came to you and there is continuous fever for a prolonged time, for more than 1 week, then basically you have to take it as a Vishama Jwara. And if the spike is continuously elevated, then we have to think that okay, it is Rasashraya, that is why it is Sandada Jwara. And if a patient comes to you with fever, a prolonged fever, and you start recording the temperature, and you see that this pattern is there, so that in every 24 hours there are 2 spikes, then you have to consider that okay, here the doshas are in Rekta, and personally I am against comparing this with the typical modern 1-to-1 correlation. We have to just assess it clinically. That will be the better way, because in some of the malaria and even in typhoid we can see these patterns. But in the present era, due to the rampant use of paracetamol and other anti-inflammatory drugs, these patterns are not at all visible clinically because of the use of these antipyretic medications. So Charaka also says the same thing. Rekta dhatu ashraya prayo doshaha sadadagam jwaram sapratyanikaha. So this is the difference that we have to see. In Sandada Jwara, he said Nishpratyanika, no factors that are opposing. But in case of Sadadaga and other fevers, there is something that is opposing. So that is why Sapratyanika. There are some factors which are opposing the fever. Sapratyanika kurude Kala Vruddhi Kshayatmakam. So when the favorable Kala occurs, the dosha produces the spike. And when the favorable factor like Kala goes off, then the fever spike will go down. Ahoratre Sadadago Do Kala Vanuvartate. So in one Ahoratra, 24 hours, 2 spikes. Next is Anyedyushka. So Anyedyu or Anyedyushka Sagrat Anyedyurasridaha Tasmin Mamsa Vahanadi. When it is in Mamsa Vahasrodas, it causes Anyedyushka. So there is 1 spike in every day. So every day there is 1 spike. In case of Sadataga, there were 2 spikes. In Anyedyushka, 1 spike. Next is Tridiyaga. So Tridiyaga is something similar to the tertian fever that is explained in modern literature. So on alternate days. So today there is fever, tomorrow no fever, day after tomorrow there is fever. Like that. Medo Nadi Tridiyage Grahi Pittanilan Murdhri Trigasya Kavapittadaha Saprishtasya Anila Kafat sa egahantara smrdaha. Egahantara means there is 1 day gap between the manifestation of fever. So it is Medo Ashraya. Again, there are 3 variants. If it is Vada Pitta predominant Sannibhada, it is Shirograhi. Or we can say the opposite. If it is Shirograhi, if the patient has more symptoms in the Shiro, especially the pain and other manifestation in the Shiras, it is Vada Pitta predominant. If it is in Triga, it is Kapha Pitta predominant. If it is in Prishta, it is Vada Kapha predominant. So 3 types of Tridiyaka Jvara. Regarding the Ashrayatva of the doshas, there are different opinions among different acharyas. Some say it is Meda, some say it is Mamsa. So there are different opinions. Next is Chadurtaga Jvara. Chadurtago Male Medo Majja Asti Anyatamastite Majjasta Eva Ityapare Prabhavam Satu Darshayet Dvidha Kafena Janghabhya Sapurvam Shiraso Anilat. So here the Mala takes Ashraya in the Mala means here doshas takes Ashraya in the Meda Majja Asti, and according to some others only Majja. So here every 4th day there is a spike of fever. So this is something similar to the quartan fever that is explained in the modern literature. So Meda Asti Majja Ashraya. So today there is fever, then tomorrow, day after tomorrow there is no fever, and on the 4th day there is fever. So this is fever with 2 days gap or quartan fever. So there are 2 variants, Janghabhyam Slaishmiga. So that if the patient feels all these difficulties starts in the Jangha Pradesha or more in the Jangha Pradesha, it is Kapha predominant. When it is from the Shiras, it is Vada predominant. So this is the Chadurtaga Jvara. Next is Chadurtaga Viparya. So here it is Asti Majja Ubhayagade Chadurtaga Viparya. So this is something that doesn't come under the 5 classifications, but one extra told by Acharyas. But usually it also comes under the Vishamajvara. So here what happens is there is fever for 2 days with 1 day gap in between. So today there is fever, tomorrow there is fever, day after tomorrow no fever, on the 4th day again fever for 2 days. So there is fever every 2 days and then 1 day gap. So that is why Trida Dvayaham Jvaredi Dinamegam tu Munjati. So in 3 days there is 2 day fever, 1 day gap. So this fever is also called as Dvayagrahi in Charaka. Actually this reference is from Charaka Sharira. The term Dvayagrahi is used. And it is Asti Majjashraya. So these are some of the important Vishamajvaras. Santada, Satataga, Anyadushka, Tridiyaga, Chadurtaga and Chadurtaga Viparya. Then what are the aggravating and relieving factors of these Vishamajvaras? So Balaha Balena Doshanam Anna Cheshtadi Janmana Jvaraha Syan Manastastat Karmanascha Tada Tada Dosha Dusha Ritu Ahoratra Prabhutinam Bala Jvaraha Manaso Vishayanamcha Kalam Tam Tam Prabhadyate. So depending upon the Bala and Abala of dosha. So dosha Bala can fluctuate between the times of day, depending upon the Ahara Viharas, the seasons. So all these factors can cause fluctuations in the Bala of doshas. So depending upon that, there will be aggravation and relieving of the fever. So all these factors, dosha, dusha, ritu, ahoratra, all these factors can influence. Again, the condition of the manas also is very important. When the manas is weak, then also the fever can manifest. So that is a manaso vishayanamcha kalam tam tam prabhadyate. In the present scenario, these are not what you call as concrete correlations or one-on-one correlations, just some of the clinical situations where we can consider these fever patterns. So a continuous fever can happen or can be seen as in Sandada Jvara, in lobar pneumonia, typhoid, urinary tract infections, brucellosis or typhus fevers. There are so many other, this is a very elaborate list, but just to give you a hint. Next is quotidian fever. Quotidian fever, usually it is found in case of Plasmodium falciparum. In case of tertian fever, usually in case of Plasmodium vivax. Quartan fever in case of Plasmodium malaria. Remittent fever in case of infective endocarditis. Then there is another class type known as Pell-Epstein fever, where there is fever for some 7 to 10 or 15 days with a equal gap of 7 to 10 days followed by again fever. So this typically is found in case of a malignant condition known as Hodgkin's lymphoma. So these are some of the fever patterns. But as I told earlier, because of the rampant use of antipyretic drugs, such fever patterns are not that much appreciable in the current clinical practice. So after the Vishama Jwara, let us see Dhadugada Jwaras. So these are again not separate clinical entities, but how we have to interpret this is, whenever these specific lakshanas are found in the patient, then we have to see that this dosha has taken seat in the respective dhadus. But it is not like we have separate jwaras known as dhadugada jwaras. So dhadu involvement can happen in any of the jwara pathologies. So these lakshanas are told separately to identify which dhadu is predominantly affected by the doshas, so that we can select respective treatment strategies. So rasa, gurutvam, dainyam udvegah, sadhanam chardi arojagau, rasastide bahistabaha, sangamardo vijrumbanam. So there is gurutva, dainya, udvegah, angasadana, chardi, arojaga, and there is bahistabaha and angamarda and jrumba. So this is these are the lakshanas predominantly found in the patient when the doshas have taken seat in the rasadhatu. Next is Raktagada, Raktoshna, Pidaga, Trishna, Saraktam, Shtivanam, Muhu. So there is Rakta, Ushna, Pidagas, there is excessive thirst, there is Rakta, Shtivanam, then Daha, Raga, Brahma, Mada, Pralava. So different, what you call, stages of consciousness. Brahma is giddiness, Mada is altered consciousness. So these are the features when the doshas are seated in the Rakta Dhatu. Next is Mamsa, Andardaha. In Rasa it was told as Bahistaba. Here it is Andardaha. Trishna, Moha, Glani, Srishta Vitkada. There is diarrhea. Daurgandhyam. There is bad, foul smelling. Gatra Vikshepo. There is involuntary movements. Just like Korifo movements, etc. that we have discussed in the first video. Gatra Vikshepo, Jore, Mamsa Stide Bhavet. Next is Medas, Sweda, Tivra, Pipasacha, Pralabo, Vamya Bhikshnasasa. So there is Tivra, excessive Sweda, there is Tivra Pipasa, then there is Pralaba, Vamana, then Swagandhasya Sahatvam. The patient even cannot tolerate his own smell, body smell, and Glani and Arojaga. So when these lakshanas are there, you have to identify or assume that the doshas are in Medas. Next is Asti. Virega Vamane Chobe. So there is vomiting as well as diarrhea. Asti Bheda, pain in the bone. Pragujana, the patient mourns. Patient produces typical sounds in distress. Vikshepanam Chagatranam. Again, there is abnormal or involuntary movements. Shwasascha, abnormal breathing patterns in case of Astigata Jwara. In Majja, Hikka, Shwasa, Tadhakasa, Tamasaschadi Darshanam. There is Hikka, there is Shwasa. So we know that these are terminal lakshanas. Whenever there is Hikka and Shwasa present in a febrile patient, we have to think that some form of nervous system involvement has happened, especially the brainstem area, so that there is abnormal respiratory patterns or breathing and there is hiccup. Kasa, Tamasaschadi Darshanam, so that there is blackouts. Marmachedo, involvement of marmas. Bahishaityam, Daho and Daha. So there is externally, there is Shaitya, but there is Daha internally. And Shukra, Shukrasthanagadaha, Shukra Moksham Krutva Vinashaja. So there is Shukra Moksha happens and Pranam, Vayu, Agni Somaischa. So that all these factors are affected. Prana, Agni and Saumya Bhavas are also affected, so that the patient will die whenever there is Shukra Gada Jwara. Sadhya Sadhyada of Dhadu Gada Jwaras, Rasa Raktasridaha Sadhyo, Medo Mamsa Gadaschaya. So all the first four, Rasa, Rakta, Meda and Mamsa are Sadhya, Astigada and Majjagada are Krichra, and Shukragada is Asadhya. So these are Dhadugada Jwara Lakshanas. Next, throughout the Jwara Samprapti and progress of the different stages of Jwara, we have considered two things. One is the Samavastha, Pachyamanavastha and Niramavastha. So all these things are related to how the paga occurs in the body in a febrile stage. So dosha paga means the dosha, that is the abnormal dosha or sama dosha, gets paga or digested or cleared of the ama. So that is dosha paga. So a jwara mukti occurs when proper dosha paga occurs. This dosha paga can happen either spontaneously, as told initially that 7 days there it can become nirama jwara, or by lankhana or other medications or other measures. So doshapaga indicates that the patient is going to get rid of the fever. But dhatupaga happens when the temperature is persistently high, so that this circulating agni along with ama, the agni that is circulating along with the rasa and ama, this agni can cause paga to the dhadus. So whenever there is dhatupaga, then the patient is going to die or the patient is going into complications. So these are the lakshanas that are indicative of dhatupaka and doshapaka. So in case of dhatupaka, nidra nasho, hridistambho, vishtambo gauravaruji, aradir balahanischa dhadunam paga lakshanam. So the patient loses sleep, then stamba sensation in the hridaya, vishtamba, that so that the motility is not happening in the GIT or vata movement is obstructed. Gaurava and Aruji. Aradi, restlessness, balahani happens. Dhaduna, paga lakshana. So if these lakshanas are there, then you have to treat the patient aggressively in order to prevent further dhatu paga and protect the bala of the patient. Otherwise, the patient is going to die or end up in permanent complications. Dosha paga, dosha prakriti vaigrutyam. So here dosha prakriti means the dosha lakshanas. It has nothing to do with the deha prakriti. Here dosha prakriti means the characteristic features of a dushita dosha prakriti. Dosha prakriti vaigrutyam. So that the opposite lakshanas of the dosha lakshanas. So that there is subsidence of the dosha lakshanas. Lagudha. So that there is lagutha of the body. Jwara dehayoha. Lagutvam of the jwara and lagutvam of the body. Indriyanam cha vaimalyam. So that the indriya starts functioning normally. Doshanam paga lakshanam. So if you find these lakshanas, then we can say that okay, this jwara is there is dosha paga that is going on. So the patient will achieve niramavastha and the patient will get rid of the fever. So this is the concept of dhatu paga and dosha paga. Again, in case of vishama jwara, we have seen shuddhya, ashuddhya vabi, dhadunam. So that whenever there is ashuddhi, then this dhatu paga continuously happens and the patient may end up in complication or death. But if there is dosha paga, so there is dhatu shuddhi happens, so that the patient will get rid of the fever. Then there are other small single fevers explained in certain samhitas. One is the Vada Balasaka Jwara. So these are some, we can take it as syndromes because they have some collective clinical features. So Nityam Mandajwaro Rukshaha Shunagastena Sidadi Stabdanga Sleshma Bhuishto Naro Vada Balasagi. So this typical Vada Balasaka Jwara has characteristic feature like Nityam Mandajwara. So there is daily mild fever. Rukshatva, then Shuna, that means swelling of the body, and Stabda Angaha, Sleshma Bhuishta. So that basically this is Vada Balasa means Vada and Kapha. So Kapha Vada predominant fever. So this is Vada Balasaka Jwara. Next is Pralebaga Jwara. Pralimpanniva Gatrani, Garmena Gauravena cha. So that the patient feels as if the full body is coated with something. Mandajwara Vilepicha, so that there is Mandajwara and there is a protracted course of the illness. Sashida, there is a spelling mistake here. It is Sashida Pralepaka. So usually it is a Shida Jwara, a mild fever. This is a Pralepaka Jwara. Again, it is a type of Kapha predominant Jwara. Another interesting fever that is told in Ashtanga Sangraha is Ardhanarishwara Jwara. So that one half of the body there is increased temperature and the other half there is no temperature. Vidagde Annarase Dehe Sleshma Pitte Vyavastide Tenardham Sheedalam Deham Ardham Ushnam Rajayade. I am actually not familiar with such a clinical presentation, but this is recorded in the Samhitas. This concept of Punaravartaka Jwara is again very important in current clinical practice. So this has something to do with whenever there is some Shesha dosha in the body, and again the patient starts taking Apatya Ahara Vihara, the fever can relapse. So, asanjada balo yastu jwaramukto nishevate varjyamedan narastasya punaravartate jwaraha durhrideshu cha dosheshu yasya va vinivartate swalpenapi apajarena tasya vyavartate punah. So, there are some clause for manifestation of punaravartaka jwara. One is after the patient gets rid of fever, if the bala has not been returned properly and the patient undergoes this varjita anna or ahara viharas, then this fever can relapse. Or durhrideshu cha dosheshu, if the doshas are not properly eliminated as a part of jvara chikitsa, then also this can happen. Swalpenapi apajarena. So if the doshas are not completely eliminated from the body and the patient consumes even small apatya ahara, then the fever can relapse. That is the concept of punaravartaka jvara. If you go through charaka chikitsa, separate kashayas are told for punaravartaka jvara chikitsa. Next is jvara moksha. So if you go through charaka samhita, he says that during the jvara moksha, or whenever the patient achieves a stage where the fever is going to get relieved, this can happen by two ways. That is, one is daruna moksha and the other one is adaruna moksha. So, jvara pramokshe purusha kujan vamadi cheshtade shwasan vivarnaha svinnango vepade liyade mahu pralabatyushna sarvanga shidangascha bhavatyapi visapnyo jvaravegartaha sakroda iva vikshate sadosha shabdam cha shagrudravam sravadi vegavat lingani edani janiyat jvara mokshe vichakshana. So during the time when the fever is getting rid from the body, these lakshanas can happen. So pujan, so that the patient produces sound, vamana and cheshtas, different body movements. Shwasan, there is abnormal breathing. Vivarnaha, abnormal discoloration. Svinnango, sweating. Vepate, again trembling or rigors. Liyade muhu, so that the patient may lose consciousness as well. Pralapa will be there. Ushna sarvanga, Shidanga, either Ushnanga or Shidanga. Visapnyo, loss of consciousness. Jvaravegar, Sakrodhaiva Vikshade, there is a staring look on the face of the patient. Sadosha Shabdam Shagrudravam, so the stool will be passed along with the dosha shabda. These are usually considered as daruna moksha. So in modern, if you go, we can find something similar like by lysis or by crisis. So the fever can go by lysis or by crisis. So this we can take it as by crisis. So this is regarding the jvara moksha. So the lakshanas that some patients may exhibit during the time of jvara moksha. Jvara mukta lakshana we have already seen in the video 1 or the part 1 of the jvara lecture. Deho lagu vyabhagada klama mohatapaha pago mukhe karana saushthavam avyathatvam swedha kshavah prakriti yogi mano annalipsa kanduscha murdini vigada jvara lakshanani. Again the same has been told in different slokas from Charaka and Madhava Nidana. So that is regarding Vishama Jvara, Dhadugada Jvara and some other specific Jvaras explained in the Samhitas.